Okay, welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Dr. Bobby Gaines, aka Sweet Bobby. That is my picture there. And today I went to my first lesbian and gay pride event, LGBTE time. And I got there and realized it wasn't a lesbian gay uh, pride event. It was a large group performance evaluation, which is where bands perform. It's interesting, right? Every time I say LG and all those kind of letters together, I think it's a lesbian gay pride event or something. And actually, it's what our local schools, music schools, calls large group performance evaluation. So it was actually my son's little middle school thing. So I was there today. And since I don't know how to trade, apparently, we're going to change the channel. We're going to change. And so we had to eat with the school kids. So I ate at Zaxby's. That's my lunch. I had 3 chicken fingers for 300 calories. Their fries are 370 calories. Now, see, here's the deal. A lot of you think you can't lose weight. And again, we changed the channel. We're no longer trading. We're only about health and wellness and losing weight because I'm much better at that than I am at trading. So let's look at our caloric content today and how we record this. And this is what I want y'all to do on a daily basis. So we will create a spreadsheet where you can do all this. But I had 3 chicken fingers for 300 calories. The fries were 370 and my Texas toast. Now this was optional, y'all. And I was like, do I eat the Texas toast or do I not? So since I knew I was going to the LGPE event and I was going to eat with the kids, I had to go chaperone. I was like, don't eat breakfast. So my caloric intake for breakfast was 16 calories. Now, what was that? Well, actually, that was the almond milk that I put into my coffee. Now, I didn't eat all of it, but for breakfast this morning, I had 13 calories. But then I saw that Beth had hid some Rice Krispie treats, those little crispy marshmallow squares. So I got one of those individual packets for 90 calories. So my total caloric, then I had a Zax sauce. Now she asked me, she said, do you want an extra Zax sauce? And I'm like, well, hell yeah, I want an extra Zax sauce. But I didn't take the extra Zax sauce because I was like, that's 180 calories. So moderation. Also, I could have got the 5-piece chicken, which is what I normally would have done, which would have been 500 calories. So do you see how making just tiny adjustments into our spreadsheet and into our metrics can make just a humongous difference in the total calories that we take in? So then I took in 3 packs of ketchup to eat with my fries. So my total caloric intake was 747. I did decide to eat the Texas toast, which was delicious. And I dunked it into the Zax sauce so that I cleaned up the wall of the Zax sauce packet. And there was, honest to God, you could lick it right now and your tongue would be dry. You would not have anything on your tongue. So let's keep in mind. Let's look at the plate and what it looks like after we finish the plate. So once you come back to the point of realization, where's it at? Let's show the right picture. Everything's a little slow today. Y'all apologize. So here's the plate. Here's Beth with all of her glorious jewelry and gold that we had back when we were traders and we, had money. You see that. We got the small drinks. Now, a lot of people would say, why would you go with a small drink? Well, I'm not sure if it came with it or not, but what you need to understand, they have self-serve drink fountains. So we got and they've got one of those that you can get all of the combinations. You can do, like they had peach Fanta Zero. You could get peach raspberry zero or peach raspberry regular. So I got the peach Fanta Zero. And you can see, I just cleaned the plate, y'all. Cleaned the freaking plate. Now, when you do go to Zaxby's, I recommend, they didn't give us a fork to start with, so I made Beth go back and get me 2 forks. Now, I know I could have got a little extra exercise by going back, but when you've got a wife and she's younger than you, she's got a better back than you, she's got better feet than you, she's got better teeth than me, you kind of utilize her. So I sent her up there to get an extra fork because they didn't have a knife apparently to cut your chicken. Okay. And then that's the way that your thing should do. So even though I didn't go to the gym this morning, I did get some exercise because the Zaxby's from where we parked the bus for the school was actually uphill. Okay. So it was actually uphill. All right. Questions. All right, Ed says, if I could take weight from people and lose it for them, I can make a fortune. I can lose weight just by sitting on my butt. That's amazing. And some of you have the metabolism to back that up, which is really, really good. So Glenn says, someday I'll have to share my diet and fitness book, sneak peek chapter 1. If you're going to burn calories, you got to consume calories. Glenn, that is actually great advice. You realize, and this is what I tell my daughter, she's a little overweight as well, right? And I tell her, I said, look, Abby, she tries to starve herself so that she can lose weight. And I tell her, you can't do that. In the morning, now I know some of y'all are into this intermittent fasting. I went through an intermittent fasting phase. It's similar back to the days when I used to do zero DTE trading. Do y'all remember back when we were traders? You remember we would all gather together. Y'all remember those foolish days? We would all gather together and we trade. And there were times I'd do zero DTE trades. Y'all remember that stupid stuff that we used to do back in the past? Well, I would try intermittent fasting. I kind of relate intermittent fasting to the zero DTE. And now they're saying, well, you know how it is. Hot dogs are good for you. Hot dogs are going to give you cancer on your scrotum. I mean, there's no in between. You know, hair dryers are going to kill us tomorrow. Hair dryers are a way of life, and they're going to save the planet. Y'all remember back when we were all concerned about the ozone layer? When's the last dang time you heard anybody say anything about the ozone layer? So what we do is we worry about stuff that we shouldn't worry about, and we worry about, oh, I'm only going to eat 1 meal a day. And no, don't worry about it. Less calories. Where's my drawer? Where's my flipping drawer? You remember back when I used to have a drawing app for when we did those silly trades? Y'all remember back in the day? So the process of losing weight, and I know that there's some of y'all that will watch this on YouTube and go, Bobby, I've tried everything. It's my metabolism and it's all messed up because I take that, whatever. That is full of crap. If I locked you in a dungeon and fed you water and crackers every day, let me tell you something, you'd lose weight. You would flip and lose weight. Don't give me this. It's my metabolism and it's my this and whatever. Look, it's calories in and calories out. Now, I know fat people will say, no, Bobby, that's not actually right, but it is. It's calories in and calories out. If you got more calories coming in than out, you are what we call a lard. Well, I was going to put lard. A lard arse. I'm just going to put it to you simply, right? Because there's no reason that we don't say you are a lard arse. I was a lard arse for many days because I would blame it on my metabolism. I would blame it on I had a wreck in 2009 where my spine was fused. I was in a wheelchair for 6 months. We blame it on everything. The reality is everybody that you see on the 600-pound weight loss brothers on AMC would lose weight if they would quit feeding them that stuff. But everybody has an enabler. So y'all that are lard arses probably have someone in your life that is what we call the enabler. Now, people ask me all the time, are you trying to sell something by losing weight? Au contraire, not at all. Not at all. I don't care anything, but here's how I lost weight. I lost weight when I stopped working for the federal government, because what Big Daddy would do is I would get me 2 steak and biscuits at Hardee's on the way in with a Diet Coke, because that cancels them out, right? And then I would eat lunch and I go out to the pizza place, give me something for lunch. And then on the way home, Beth would say this, don't you stop nowhere and get you nothing to eat on the way home. I'm making spaghetti tonight. I'm making the chili. Don't you stop. And I'd be like, okay. And then I would actually lie to her and I'd go by the Dairy Queen and I'd at least get me a large Blizzard. And I'd do something like that every day. Or sometimes I go by, what's the little place where they got the little bear, the Chinese place? Oh, Chinese Panda. So I was like, okay, stop by the Chinese Panda and I would eat this orange chicken and I might get the walnut shrimp and then I'd go on home. Okay, questions or comments on what we learned today? What we basically learned today is calories in, calories out. If plus is greater than minus, you're a lard arse. I'm trying not to use crude language, so no one get offended. All right. Your lard arse will become a smaller arse when you have more going out than you got going in. Kind of like back when we were trading. Remember when we got together to trade? We would have more money going out of our accounts than we actually had coming in. Okay. We'll call this Panda Express, Matt. Is that what I said? Panda Express. Yeah, Evan wouldn't know if we're trading today. I don't even know what that means. Trading. That's what we did in the back back in the old days. All right, does anyone have a question on what I had for lunch? What I had for let me go ahead and show this now that we're all look at this beautiful face. Ladies, I mean, look at this. I have hair for a man that's 53. I mean, look at this. Now, a lot of you would say, Bobby, how do you do that? And I would say, you know how I do that right there? That's that you think that probably that's how I look like after a full day, and I've fixed my hair and I've been out to the gym. No, this is when I wake up in the morning. I know that's probably hard to believe that I look that good when I wake up in the morning. This, ladies and gentlemen, is a little known secret in the beauty world, and it's called Head and Shoulders. Because my skin has a tendency to flake. Now, I used to not have these wrinkles here, but since I've lost weight, my wrinkles, I've got wrinkles in places I didn't know could wrinkle. I didn't know you could get a wrinkle in certain places on your body. And now all of a sudden I've got a wrinkle on my body. But I lost 1.6 pounds this week. So that brings our total weight loss to 182.8. And I'm only 30 pounds away from my goal weight with a target of June 7th. Now, I know a lot of you say, Bobby, are you going by the BMI? No, I'm going by what makes me feel good. At 250, I will feel good. And what has happened is my trainer has told me that once I reach 250, and this is, I wish I could blow this up just for a second. Yeah. So this is April, March, June, April, May, June, July, September. A lot of people are asking, Bobby, did you have your stomach stapled from September to now? And the answer is no. That is not a stomach staple. Do you know what happened in September? Bobby, did you go on any different drugs? Did you know? I was going to the gym during April, May, June, July. Y'all see the weight loss that I had from gym membership and from going to the gym 5 days a week? Now, I had a little up there. I went on vacation in August, so I went up a little bit. What happened from this? Let me draw on this. What happened from this point to this point? That's what people are wanting to know. And I know that y'all think that I joined some pyramid scheme and took some special supplement or did some special diet, and that is incorrect. What I did is I used a application called My Net Diary. Now, if you're fancy and you want to pay for it, you can pay for this. And you're saying, Bobby, I bet you get a cut from this, don't you? No, I don't. This is a free app. It's called My Net Diary. And I use that to I use the free version to log in my food. Matter of fact, it's what keeps up with my weight as well, and it keeps up with my steps. So the only thing that I did from here to here is I started counting my calories, counting my caloric intake, and ensuring that my body was operating below a basal metabolic rate. And for those of you that don't understand Greeks, do you remember back in the days when we used to talk about the Greeks? We do like things like silly things like theta and gamma and vega. Do y'all remember all those times that we talked about those silly things? Well, it's kind of like that. It keeps up with my macronutrients and all that, but I don't really look at that. Your basal metabolic rate is like, say, for example, mine's 3,000. So that means if I consume 3,000 calories and I don't exert any, other thing than my normal daily thing, I will burn those 3,000 calories and not gain weight. If I create a deficit of 3,500 calories, that deficit will result in a 1 pound weight loss. Okay? Any questions? Any comments at all on what we've learned so far? Okay, if not, we're going to stop the recording and we're going to go into after school session on our new fitness channel. So let me see if I can stop the share. Where's my little button? It's got all my stuff on it. Where's my darn thing? Hold on. Right, here we go. Well, oh, here it is right here. Let me stop the recording. So anyway, welcome to the new fitness channel.